Elevator Hitch. Yes, today I'm going to tell you the story of another indie game. You probably remember my Dead Plate video, right? Well, this game was made by the same developer who created Dead Plate. And on top of that, our game has exactly 15 different endings. Now, let's take a look at its story. Before we start, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Now, enjoy the video. Our game begins as we step into an elevator inside the building where we've come for a job interview. Just as the doors are closing, someone shouts from behind us, "Hold the door!" The person who enters immediately interrupts us and starts talking to himself. The man says he's never seen us before and asks who we are. We tell him to introduce himself first. His name is Bryce, and he'll be our companion throughout the game. He's a strange guy, kind of a fool, honestly. While chatting, we try to get the elevator moving, but it breaks down. From this point on, things start to get tense. We can choose to call reception if we want. And if we call reception, after waiting for 30 seconds, they rescue us. This way, we reach the so-called happy ending. Of course, it doesn't really go that way, because the moment the door opens, someone shoots us in the head. Calm down, we're only just getting started. After that, the game restarts, but something feels wrong. The main character, us, remembers everything that just happened. So, dying and coming back isn't just a game mechanic. We don't know what's going on yet, but there's something mysterious here. Bryce, however, remembers nothing. He's useless anyway, so let's not worry about him. After what happened, we decide not to call reception this time and instead start heading up to the higher floors. All the floors are functional except for one, the 9th floor. For most of the game, our goal is to activate that floor. By the way, let me tell you now, figuring out what to do will take some time. I'll explain the steps to you in order. First, we go to the 6th floor, where we find an employee's office. From an ashtray there, we take a burnt cigarette. There's also a phone and a job application form in this room. I'll come back to those later. Next, we turn our head toward the west wall of the elevator and click on the no smoking sign to trigger the lighter interaction. After this, we get into an argument with Bryce. This guy is honestly completely useless. Afterward, we choose the option "Can I get the lighter?" and take it. Then we head up to the 8th floor, and here we discover the key details that confirm the story. We encounter people who look exactly like us. At this point, we're absolutely certain this is not a normal place. During our first interaction, no matter what we do, they kill us. On the second attempt, we manage to deceive them. We take a pair of scissors from them, and just as they're about to enter the elevator, we close the door on them. Now you might be wondering, why did we leave them behind? Why didn't we take them with us? Because they're also trying to leave us behind in the exact same way. Here's my theory: the pair of lookalikes we encounter were once just like us. They rode this elevator, encountered people who looked like them, and, just like our first encounter, they ended up stuck here. From this, we can conclude that this place is essentially some kind of paradox. I'll return to this point later, but let's move on for now. Next, we reach the 4th floor, turn around, and enter through a door. This place looks a lot like a Catholic church. If we make more than 3 sounds here, they kill us. So, we search around quietly and find sleeping pills. After taking the sleeping pills, we return to the 6th floor and fill out the job application I mentioned earlier. The answers are C, A, C, E. These answers can be found on a sign on the 5th floor. Then, we pick up the phone and dial 921 to 923. After that, we restart the game and go back to the 6th floor. This time, we notice there's a cake there. We combine the sleeping pills with the cake. Then we go to the 6th floor again, where we find 2 huge slabs of meat. If we interact with the one on the left, we die. If we interact with the one on the right, we can use the scissors to cut it open and obtain a screwdriver. With the screwdriver, we go to the 7th floor and remove the vent on the east wall, where we find a rat. After that, we head to the 3rd floor, where we come across a massive void. To see what's inside, we light up the ground with the lighter and realize there's a giant mouth down there. What the hell is happening? The game just keeps getting weirder. And honestly, I don't even have a theory for this part. Anyway, we throw the cake with the sleeping pills into the mouth to put whatever this thing is to sleep. Then we click on the glowing tooth to obtain a CD. Next, we head to the second floor, where there's a smaller void compared to the previous one. If we try to look inside, we die. So instead, we throw in the rat we found through the vent, and in return, we receive a code, raise. Finally, we go to the computer, insert the CD, and enter the password raise. Now, we have access to the 9th floor. And here's where things get truly strange. Remember, we originally came here for a job interview. Now, it's time to actually apply for the job. We're greeted by an employer who asks us a series of questions. If we answer in a way that shows we're happy and satisfied here, we successfully complete the interview. The man disappears, and we're finally free to go to the lobby. At last, we're free. Or so we think. The moment we exit the elevator, we try to escape the building, but we bump into a man who stops us. He then says, "What's the rush?" When the exit door finally opens, another elevator comes out of it, and the game ends. I know you're left with a lot of questions. Believe me, I am too. After encountering our clones, I started to think we were trapped in some kind of paradox. The fact that another elevator appears behind the exit door only supports that idea. Honestly, I don't think this game has some huge, deep, mysterious lore behind it. But if you have your own theories, feel free to share them in the comments.